The Chiefs have some big names on the injury report, and Reid gives a positive update on Josh Simmons. Let's talk about that. Chiefs Kingdom ACU crew, how are we doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everybody's having fun. It is officially fall outside. Me, Mike, family, we all went out to the freaking pumpkin patch and acted like we were festive. That's why I'm wearing orange and stuff. It's pretty awesome. But anyway, got some Chiefs news today. Andy Reid took to the microphone earlier, and he had a couple things to say. We saw some familiar names on the injury report. I don't know if, Mike, you got an image of that bad boy, but we saw freaking Kareem Hunt on there with a knee bruise, I think is what it was. And we also saw Trey Smith with those lower back spasms. He hasn't been playing either, so. But it does say he's getting better. And he also said that Kareem Hunt is going to be okay, that he's just sitting out for today. So do you think they play come Monday night, Mike?
Yeah, I think they'll both play. Like you said, he said Kareem Hunt has just got a bone bruise on his knee. He's not going to practice. He may be back at practice this week. You'll watch his status a little bit. But I think he'll be okay. I think he'll play. And then Trey Smith, the lower back spasms, for me, I don't think that's a big deal. I feel like he could have played if he necessarily had to versus the Raiders during that one. There was also another one brought up, Jalen Watson. He was a limited participant on Thursday with a back injury. Said if he's able to log a full practice either on Friday or Saturday, he should be good to play on Monday night. Yeah, I don't think any of those are significant. Maybe. And I say this with a very tiny maybe. Did Kevin Knowles, anything about him being brought up, have anything to do with Jalen Watson in the back? Because they do not play the same position on the field in the slightest. Their jobs will not be the same as in the slightest. So I don't think that one thing correlated to the other there whatsoever.
Right. I don't think this is anything crazy. I think it's just precautionary stuff. I think Trey Smith will be fine. Andy did say even if Trey Smith is not ready to go, or when he wasn't ready to go last week, Caliendo stepped in. And he said Caliendo, for all intents and purposes, is a starter on this team. He still has the utmost confidence in Mike Caliendo to be a starting guard in this league, which I know a lot of the fans were down on him last year, but I think he does a pretty good job too. And then Kareem Hunt, of course, he went back in the game the other day, so I think he'll be just fine too, probably just nursing that knee up a little bit. And the Jalen Watson thing, that's a new one, right? We don't really know what's going on with that. Hopefully nothing too pressing, but looks like the Chiefs are in pretty decent health going into this Monday night matchup. But the Commanders, on the other hand, they don't have their freaking starting quarterback. So we get to play Marcus Mariota.
Everybody's having flashbacks already of Mariota throwing a touchdown to himself.
Come on, bruh. We don't want that again.
It is what it is. Look, Mariota's not very good. You definitely want to play Mariota here. I mean, it's not, like at the end of the day, you want to play their best, but at the same time, it's like you'll take Mariota.
Call the FBI. It's looking suspicious.
Right.
The league's rigging it for the Chiefs. Jaden Daniels not actually hurt.
People are so stupid.
I actually saw that today. That's how stupid people are now.
Yeah, people are dumb. So it's I guess bad for the Commanders, but honestly, the Commanders are just not that good anyway. I think the Chiefs would have beat them even at full health. And now I feel like they're probably at least a 10-point favorite in my eyes with this one. I just don't see Mariota, especially the way our defense is holding these, I don't want to say good quarterbacks, but they're holding decent quarterbacks. And I don't even know if I put Mariota as a decent quarterback anymore. I feel like it's past them a little bit, right?
Yeah, he's getting up there. I think he could have probably retired a couple of years ago. No one had noticed,
Nobody would have cared.
Yeah.
Steve, what do you think about this one?
Hey, before you do that,
go ahead.
Remember when Marcus Mariota was on the quarterback show on Netflix and everyone hated that part of the show?
Yeah.
They're like, why is Marcus Mariota on here? And everybody hated it.
Hey, it is what it is. Nick Jacobs says the Jets have waived Esapole. You remember him? Chiefs fans loved Esapole in the offseason. Said he's subject to waivers until 3 p.m. tomorrow. Friday, if he clears, he's free to sign any 53-man roster or practice squad he so chooses. Steve, we still got Chu Godric on the practice squad. Do you think the Chiefs would make a move to pick him up and release somebody else? Do you think this whole entire Esapole to Kansas City thing is like just over and done with?
I don't know. Honestly, I think they might stick him on the practice squad, maybe. I thought he looked pretty promising throughout the offseason, even in the preseason. The Chiefs, obviously, it was kind of a shocker that they let him go because I think everyone thought he played well enough to get a spot on the practice squad at least. So I could see that happening, maybe, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Not hold my breath over it, I guess. The last thing, I'll play this clip by Andy Reid. Last little thing we'll touch on for today because they pretty much just talked to Nick Bolton. They talked to Andy, a few other guys. This is what Andy had to say. This was about Josh Simmons. I know a lot of people are curious about Josh Simmons. This is what he had to say about him.
Josh, and my update for you with Josh would just be, there's communication. I'm not going to get into all of it. Everything's positive. It's not a negative situation. So he's taking care of family.
So he spoke about Josh Simmons, and he gave a little bit more update today, Steve.
Right.
He said that it's a family situation. He referred to it as it's positive. He said it's a positive situation.
Right.
So that rules out a lot of the negatives. We've heard that Josh Simmons quit the team. We've heard that Josh Simmons is addicted to drugs. There are all kinds of stuff. But, yeah, I think from what we know, and I'm not going to say exactly what we know. I don't think it's anybody's business, but we've come upon some stuff and people has given us information behind the scenes. And you kind of get a little weary of, because it could still be rumors. But I think the way Andy talked about it today, Steve, what we have been told is exactly why the Chiefs may have handled this properly, because I don't think there was nothing to actually tell.
Right.
And it seems like it all checks out. So what I can tell people, and you can back me here and give your thoughts, but I think that Andy is right. It is about Josh. It is family. Josh left for family. Josh was doing something really noble, to be honest. Like, he's helping his family heal. That's all I'll say about that. Something happened. And other than that, nobody needs to know the specifics of it. I think at this point, Josh done what he needed to do. He chose family over football like everybody probably would or should. And I think that's where it stops. But you can put the rumors to bed. He didn't quit the team. He's not addicted to opioids or whatever you want to say or whatever. We've heard everything under the sun. But that's all untrue. And I think Andy kind of went out and said in so many ways.
It was way past due.
It.
Way past due.
Right.
To just say the little bitty words there. He's in contact with us. It's a positive situation. Everything's fine. Like, I mean, he kind of said that the very first time, but not in those words.
Well, he stressed that they've been in contact the entire time.
I think today he kind of just wanted to put a little bit of those rumors to bed, and that's good. It's good to know. Good to know everything's fine there, and Josh will be back as soon as everything's taken care of with his family. So no worries, ladies and gentlemen. Plus, Jalen Moore's been whooping some ass. So, I mean, it's okay.
Right.
Take your time.
If the Chiefs would have thought, and again, they're being updated here. This isn't something where he's just ran off and he don't know. But they're being updated on the situation going on. And the thing is, if they thought it was going south or it would be a long-term thing, they would have probably chose to put him on the NFI, the IR, which means he would have missed 4 weeks automatically, because otherwise they would just be wasting weeks. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I feel like they think he's going to return sooner rather than later. And honestly, from everything we're hearing on the back end, I believe that too. There was a lot of positive stuff that happened just yesterday that I had heard about. And so I feel like it's closer to being back. I would say, if I would give a prediction, I would say within the next 2 weeks, he'll be back with the team.
Yeah, for sure. Perry with the 2-bomb says this was the update that most were asking for. I think that was it. A lot of people just wanted some kind of clarification. And then, of course, you had that side of people that were just like, none of your business. Everybody shut up and leave them alone. It's like, I think both had a point there, and I think this is the exact update that needed to happen to where it can put the rumors to bed, but it wasn't too intruding and all that. So appreciate the 2-bomb pair. We got our boy Greg in the house with the 5-bomb. Says we need to make a major move to ensure our dynasty. No small level rental players. I'm tired of cheap low level moves. Go ACU, best show online. Let's freaking go, Greg. Thanks for the gas, brother. But yeah, man, I think so. This has been a big topic, obviously, since Omar Norman Lott went down. He's going to be out for the season. We have to get some pass rush help, but we already needed that before that happened. Now it's just more pressing. But I think what Greg's saying here is let's not do something small. We don't want the little Arden Keys or anything like that. We want the whole thing, as Bob Barker would say.
I mean, I'm with you. There's just a big problem there. The fact that we're the 29th highest team with cap space. We've got about $3.5 million.
pretty
What
tough,
are you really
right?
going to do?
I think they could pull something off here. I think they can pull something off here. There's lots of guys that we talked about. And I think, there are players that they might be older, like Calais Campbell, that could contribute right now. Right now. I mean, he's actually playing well this season.
Do you think Campbell is would you put him as a small level rental player? Because he's a 1 year probably guy. Or would you say that's a major move?
I don't think it would be. I think that's a major move for win now, for this season. I don't think it's like trying to put anybody there for the future, obviously. The guy's a little old, but I think that's a win now move, and I think that's what we need, right? Because you have the whole offseason to try to figure some stuff out at that position. But right now you've kind of put yourself up against the wall a little bit because you didn't invest in it as much as you probably should have during the offseason. They did draft 2 guys for pass rush with Gelati and Omar Norman Lott, but now you got one that's out for the season. The other one's still developing somewhat. Mike Dana and Charles Omenihu, they're starting to play a little bit better than they had been, but I don't think it's enough. And I think something like Calais Campbell would help out Chris Jones in there a little bit. Or we've talked about some other guys like Bradley Chubb, but it looks like his contract's just a little too much and too crazy. It'd be too hard to figure out. But there's some guys out there, man. I think they should make a pretty good move here. I think they should make a significant one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think a Bradley Chubb, a Jalen Phillips, Jermaine Johnson would be a big move. There's another one that has been going around like crazy today, and the Jets have spoke about possibly getting rid of Quinnen Williams. I know a lot of people were like freaking horned up over that one.
Yeah.
Now, that to me, that feels like a major long shot because of what he's old.
Bit of a reach, eh?
Yeah, that seems wild. I don't know if the Chiefs would be able to pull something like that off, but look back at our team, Steve. Do you think Christian Fulton is a trade candidate? People are saying that.
Who would want him?
Yeah, I don't really think he's got tons of trade value, but also I don't think Brett Veach gives up on that right now, in my opinion.
What are you getting for him? What are you getting for a guy that hasn't even played? Honestly.
Right, but if you're Veach, are you really going to go out and tell everybody, hey, I got a guy that couldn't get on the field. I paid him a lot of money. I'm just trading him. Or do you say, look, he's valuable. We still have a vision for him. Stuff's not worked out with injuries, but we're sticking with him here because I think good cornerback depth is pretty valuable in this league. Especially, look, you just seen it today. Jalen Watson with that back injury. What if he can't play? Well, look, Fulton's been basically, I'll say the last 2 scratches. Last one you could consider healthy. The week before that one, maybe. But look, if he couldn't go, you got Fulton right there. And I think that's good. And to me, I think, and again, people's going to say the same thing you just said about Fulton, but I think Josh Williams is the more movable piece at this point.
I think so too. A little more promise there, right? At least he's healthy. I think Christian Fulton's just made of glass, I think. Take It Back says this channel deserves at least 100K subs. I agree with you, Take It Back. If you guys don't care, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go do that. We just passed up the 50K mark a few days ago. We celebrated that last night, gave away a signed Isaiah Pacheco Rutgers jersey. Freaking Brian Parrott won. Brian Parrott actually got selected by Nightbot and won the Wheel of Death. The world might end tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that was a wild day for Brian Parrott.
Pretty
I think
wild.
he's passed out. I don't even know if he's here
Pretty
today.
wild. But if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And also, you guys, hit that like button. You know what to do. We appreciate everybody being here tonight. Shout out Jack Slade, baby, for reposting the stream over on X. Let's go. Share it out with your friends. Do what you got to do. Let's get more people in here. Have a good time. Mike, we got a 10 bomb from our boy Jacob. Says, as secretive as they were being was making me feel like someone was murdered. I know, horrible to say, but just an overall weird situation. It's crazy. Not any trades throughout entire NFL really happening. So, yeah, I'm glad they cleared it up a little bit. I think the way they handled that Josh Simmons thing, it left too much out there. I think they left themselves open for a lot of dumb conspiracies or people to even feel like, hey, like Jacob said, this is kind of weird, making me a little nervous. I'm glad that they kind of, tied up those loose ends a little bit. Now everybody can kind of know everything's fine. He'll be back. Not a big deal. I think that's all everybody wanted to know, right? That's all everybody wanted to know. But yeah, Mike, there's not been much movement at all in the NFL. I mean, trade deadline coming up here in, what do we got? 11 days?
weeks.
About 11 days.
Oh, it's
trade
11,
deadline.
yeah, a little under 2 weeks.
So, I mean, what's the deal? Normally you see players flying around right now. A little too far out?
Twofold. Possibly. A twofold situation. Maybe we are just a tad bit too far out. And then another one is this. There's not a lot of teams separating the best of the best from the worst of the worst.
A lot of parity.
There's a lot of parity, and everybody just shoved right in the middle.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of holding on to assets right now, and only a few teams, like maybe the Jets, have pretty much like tanked it and called it in. Everybody else has still got a chance to win a division. They're fighting for a wild card. They're nowhere near out of it. A lot of these teams that maybe could be the 20th or 25th team on power rankings is beating some of the teams in the top 10 on power rankings each week. So I just think there's a lot of teams that think that, like, hey, we're not going to pack up the season just yet, and these guys are valuable to us. Like, we're going to go ahead and keep it and play it out and see what we got. There may not be a lot of big moves, and if there is, it maybe could be some of the low bottom of the barrel teams, besides the Jets, who really is there down there. That's completely winless.
The Dolphins are pretty bad.
The Dolphins would be one, which is why we keep saying Jalen Phillips is a pretty good one to go after. Again, does this, and we've already said this, they are going to cut ties with Mike McDaniel. They're probably going to fire the GM. There is no need for them to hang on to Devon Achane. Can you still not go grab him?
Hey, can we
he not
can we
available
go ahead
at
and
the
grab
right
Mike
price?
McDaniel too when Matt Nagy goes and takes this freaking Titans job?
I'm just saying a lot of people stop
Mike
talking about the
Borgonzi
running
hires
backs.
Matt Nagy over there in Tennessee. We slide Mike McDaniel in as the OC.
Okay, well now you're just talking. You're giving it like a hope and wish. Kind of
Hey,
thing,
I know, but
which
it sounds
isn't
good.
happening because
Sounds
Nagy's
good,
not
though,
going
don't
to take
it?
a job mid-season. But yeah,
I meant next season.
well, good luck. McDaniel's probably end up back in college. Go to college, and maybe McDaniel's can go to like UK or something. Maybe that'll turn them around. Who knows?
Hey, Mike, we can dream. That'd be a cool scenario.
But I think that might be the reason. I think there's a lot of parity going on right now, and there's only a few teams that's like majorly out of it.
Yeah. Rick Ritchie says Jets, Miami, Browns, Raiders, they all suck.
Right.
I think
But really,
pretty much
let's look at the Raiders roster. Name 5 players on there that's worth trading.
the only one that everybody wants is Max Crosby.
And they're going to never give up Max Crosby. Like, they are going to ask so much, you'd probably have to give up 3 first-round picks to get him. And I don't know how many. There may be somebody out there that would do it. Like, I could see Buffalo being so desperate they'd do it.
Poor
just to try
fella.
to beat the Chiefs or get over it.
Poor fella. I mean, he's a hell of a football player. And
Yeah.
he's stuck. He's stuck. But it is what it is. It's what happens. Yeah, I don't know. Just not a whole lot of movement. I'm with you, though. I think maybe in the next, say, week or so, get about 3 or 4 days outside of that trade deadline, you'll see a lot of movement probably. I think you'll see a lot at one time.
Yeah, so this time next week, you'll start seeing it maybe a few, and then it's going to be the deadline is probably going to be the Tuesday after next week. So
Right. So, I mean, what's the chances that you see Brett Veach making the moves here? Because I think it's almost a given that he's got to try to make a move on defensive line.
we'll play. Okay, so we'll play Monday night. We'll play the Commanders. That next, Sunday? They'll play the Bills, and then that following Tuesday's trade deadline. So technically, you could pick up somebody during the bye week for the Chiefs. The Chiefs could grab a guy for a bye week and have a full week to get him implemented, more than a full week to get him implemented, to give
Right.
some meaningful snaps. So I think Brett Veach. I think in today's modern era of football, the way trades are more whatever, people say Veach ain't going to do anything, but Veach has made a trade at the trade deadline, multiple trades sometimes, going back 3 and 4 years now, I believe, at least 2 or 3. But yeah, he's tended to make a move more often than not making a move lately.
Right. I think that he's kind of shown a pattern that he likes to try to improve the team mid-season, just to give him that little extra nudge. And I think they've been doing that over the last few years. So I fully expect it. I'm going to put a poll in the chat right now. Will Veach make a move before the trade deadline? I have some options for you guys to click on. I kind of want to see where you guys are at with that whole scenario. How you feeling, chat? How you feeling about Brett Veach? Let me know when I get this poll up.
Poll. Essa poll. Talk about that. Well,
Essa
Steve's
poll.
doing that. I'm going to shout out today's sponsor, TickPick. Appreciate TickPick for sponsoring our video today. If you guys haven't already, get over there and download that app. you can use code HMA, and on your first ticket purchase on app over $100, you'll get $20 off with code HMA. There's no fees on tickets ever. They got the best prices you'll ever find. I don't know the last time I've ever bought tickets without using TickPick. It's the best app out there. You can actually sit in your seat and take a view of the stadium anywhere you are to see if there's obstructions. If you don't know if you'd like an end zone seat, go to TickPick, download it, take a look. It'll show you. It'll just show you what the stadium looks like. It's pretty epic. So, yeah, shout out TickPick for doing that. You guys get over there, code HMA on the app, in-app only, on your first purchase over $100.
Right.
Save
If
20.
you're getting ready to buy some tickets, you might as well go do that, get $20 off. And
The last time
also,
I seen it, man, Commanders tickets this week were like as low as $136 on TickPick. And if you use our code, you're down to $116. That's pretty cheap. I haven't seen Chiefs tickets that low in a while, especially for a game on Monday night.
Yeah, no, for real. Shout out TickPick. Not just saying it but literally it's the only place I use. I always have. I think I might have been like their first customer because I've been using that app for years now, dude. So that's pretty cool. Well, back at it, baby. I got the poll up, so go vote on that. I want to see where you guys are at, chat. See how you're feeling about Brett Veach making a move before the trade deadline. And then we got Pops in the house, baby. What's up, old man? 5 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Get one of those. You better thank him in the chat. Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for the old man.
Who got the members? Who got the memberships?
Let's go take a look.
I'm excited.
Alexis
to
from
see.
Texas. What's up, Alexis?
There we go.
Ethan
What's up,
Schiller, Hippie, and Jorge Rojas, and
Reid.
Reverse. That's the 5 new members. Welcome to the crew.
Welcome
Glad to have
the
you.
crew. We're going to be giving away a Charles O'Menihue jersey this year.
Oh, Charles, he signed
This
the jersey
year.
for us.
This
Even
month.
this month in the members only live stream. Within the next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might talk a lot of smack, but it's all in love. And he signed a jersey for you guys, and we're going to give it away. I think Charles has been stepping it up a little bit the last 2 weeks. I'd like to see him continue that trend because we need it bad.
Right. To go along with Charles O'Menihue, we also got Brian Parrott generously donated a Tamba Hali signed photograph.
picture.
So we're going to give that away too. So we're going to have 2 signed giveaways. So if you're not a member, want to be a member, $4.99, join.allchiefedup.com. Or I'm sure there's little buttons you can click on your apps. I don't know. I don't know what app
If
you're
you
using.
have an Apple phone, you can click join.
There you go. Apple has a join button now. Congratulations, Apple. Welcome to 2025.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, man. If we can get 15 new members here tonight, we got 5 right now. If we get 15, I'll go ahead and make it 20. We'll give away 5 more memberships. So let's see if we can get 20 new members of the crew tonight. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty epic. I like 20 new members in a day.
Yeah, right before the giveaway. Let's do it. Let's make it good.
Bless someone. Hey, and look, that works. Somebody gifted somebody the day before our last one, and the cat come in and won it.
Yeah, dude, they won.
On the very first try, he won. It's
Karma's
pretty
a
epic.
real thing, baby. Let's go. Man, Mike, let's talk about this matchup coming up on Monday night. I mean, we'll dive more into it on the video this weekend, but let's just go ahead and talk about it a little bit. I think overall the Chiefs are already 11.5-point favorite unless they've moved it again.
Right.
Mariota starting. I think they said that Debo and Terry McLaurin are going to play, but of course Mariota is their quarterback. The Commanders have been very underwhelming this season, even with Jaden Daniels, which we knew he was not going to play at the same level he played at his rookie season. It's very hard for a rookie to come out and go crazy and follow that up in a sophomore effort. So we kind of saw that coming, but they did. They added a lot of pieces, and I thought they were trying to stay competitive, and it looks like it's just not working out for them. They're not having a good season at all. They got blown off the field by Dallas last week.
Yeah. They're just, I don't know how to say it, but they're just kind of like, they're ass, kind of. That's just the way it is. They have like,
Tell us how you really feel, Mike.
Listen to who didn't practice today. And again, this is Thursday, so they'll have Friday and Saturday more than likely. But they didn't have Sam Cosmi, their guard. Their starting guard didn't play. He's out with a back injury. Of course, Jay Daniels we already talked about. Zach Ertz, their tight end, he didn't practice today, but they said it's just rest. They're resting him. Jonathan Jones, their corner, they said he's out for a personal reason, so that's not necessarily a bad thing there. Von Miller is out for rest. Deron Payne didn't practice for rest, and Laramie Tunsil didn't practice for rest. So I would assume those guys are going to be back. But full practice, Terry McLaurin, Bobby Wagner, and Deebo Samuel all come back. And every name I just read off, if you would have looked at this maybe 4 years ago, that sounds like a daggone Pro Bowl team.
If you looked at it in the offseason, they were putting this team together, you were like, dang, man, they're really going at it.
Zach Ertz, Jonathan Jones, Von Miller, Deron Payne, Laramie Tunsil, Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Bobby Wagner, Sam Cosmi.
Yeah.
Like, that is a pretty high-profile list of names there, and they just haven't been able to gel with that team. And you see this a lot. A lot of these teams, this reminds me of the Texans after their first year of a good season by C.J. Stroud. They went out and they done everything they could to pull together this all-pro team because you got that cheap QB contract, and it imploded. It didn't work. And they did the same thing here, and it looks like the Commanders are kind of just not
Shouldn't
gonna
people
get there
realize
either.
that formula doesn't really work? Like, I understand the logic there. Like, hey, we have a quarterback that looks like he's pretty damn good. Maybe we should stack this team up around him while he's on the cheap and see if we can't sneak in a Super Bowl. Yep. But, like, the Chiefs didn't do that. The Chiefs played the long game, and it worked for them. They didn't go stack the team around Patrick Mahomes. You know, they really didn't. And that's like, it was kind of a subject that people talked about was they're not putting anyone around Patrick Mahomes. They're not giving him enough weapons. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. But, I mean, it seemed to work. So maybe that formula is just not very good. You think?
Maybe so. I mean, it feels like trying to just stack up a Super Bowl. Like it's almost like it's going back to almost like the NBA super team era. And I guess to me,
it worked for a couple teams.
I think the best team that it's worked for maybe might be the Eagles. It's worked for them so far over the past few years, but they've got lucky at drafting as well. Now, I'll say that they've drafted good players because they primarily just take anybody out of Georgia they can find.
Right. The Georgia defensive players is what they try to do.
So that's been their motto. Like, their MO's been draft Georgia players and go out and sign anybody you can and just put on a bunch of extra years.
3 teams have won a Super Bowl using the NBA super team formula.
The
Rams did it first.
Yeah.
Rams did it first. Then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did it the year that they beat us when we had no O-line. And then the Eagles just did it.
But it still took Tom Brady to pull that off. And it still took Matthew Stafford to pull that off.
That's what I'm saying. But those weren't guys that were on the team previously.
And who was the latest?
You know,
who was the latest you said?
The Eagles
not the Rams,
last season.
The Eagles.
Good Lord.
Okay, they did it with a running back.
Went out and grabbed
job.
Saquon Barkley. I mean, come on. Yeah.
They were the first team to try it with 2 running backs and a butt-touching play. But look, they shouldn't have. Honestly, they shouldn't have beat the Chiefs like they did. Like, I'm not going to say they probably shouldn't have won the game because everything went right for them and everything went wrong for us. So it just was one of those games. It kind of felt like the Raiders game
I'm kind of with what Warren Sharp said. He's like, not necessarily that the Chiefs couldn't beat the Eagles on any day,
right?
Because the Chiefs were just as good. But on that day, with the Eagles playing the way they were, no one was beating them.
Yeah,
nobody.
I kind of felt like if they would have showed that same fire and intensity against any other team in the league, you were beating every team in the league that bad. It wasn't like the Chiefs.
And everything went perfectly their way. Everything fell their way. It was meant for them to win. It just was. And there was no way we were going to stop it. So
somebody investigate that, by the way.
Yeah. Call the FBI. Cash Patel. We need you to look into it, brother.
Cash money. Back in the house. Hey, speaking of that, man, they went out and got a coach that's still in the league, right? Chauncey Billups?
Yeah, Terry Rozier, the
Terry
Louisville
Rozier
native.
played at the Louisville Cardinals, right up the road from us, man. Terry Rozier.
That doesn't surprise me.
He was.
Do you remember when they were buying teenagers?
Yes.
Strippers and prostitutes.
I don't know if he was on the stripper prostitute team, was he?
He might have been.
Patino and they were buying strippers and prostitutes, and that's why they took away their championship banner.
Yeah.
Back in 2013, I believe it was.
Yeah,
so
they were bringing recruits in and literally.
Look, if you asked me,
crazy.
Anybody in the world that probably was going to do an illegal gambling ring, and I would have told you probably going to include that Louisville Cardinal team.
Oh yeah,
they'll hang a banner for it tomorrow in the Yum Center.
They probably will.
They're wild up there. Hey, if you're a Louisville fan and you're watching, sorry, Ashton Gelati, we're just talking smack on your university because we're Kentucky fans.
Yeah,
we don't want to talk about football, so we'll just talk about you.
It's real easy to do, Well, there's a game going on right now, Mike. The Chargers beating the living hell out of the Minnesota Vikings, so that game's over, basically.
Which is wild.
31-10.
You kind of thought that the Chargers or the Vikings would have put up somewhat of a game, right?
Vikings kind of suck, though, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of really just bunched
Meh.
up bad teams.
Yeah.
And on any given week, the Vikings can be great, but any given week they can be complete butt. And it'll just look like two old women fighting each other in the Kroger parking lot over that final handicap space. And that's what you're seeing right now on TV. And people are watching it as if
Yeah.
it's fun to watch.
Good Lord, I never watch any of these
Steve,
games.
I haven't watched a play of that game. And I'm going to pride myself. I'm not
glad
even going to
I
watch a replay.
I'm
I'm
glad
not
I
even going to
didn't.
watch the highlights because
I'd rather talk about what the Chiefs might do Monday
Steve,
night.
there are no highlights coming out of that game tonight. The only highlight of that game is when they roll the credits at the end of it and they shut it off. That's the the highlight of that game.
Well, a lot of people watching it just because it's an AFC West game and they
I
want
don't
to see what's
care.
going on there. Yeah, same. But let's just take a look at that real quick because they're going to win tonight, right? But let's look at what the Chargers have coming up for the rest of the season and kind of get a feel here because that's what people want to. They're
right.
thinking
They're going to
about,
stay
right?
a game ahead of the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're playing the Titans next week, guys. So there's another W for them. Then they play the Steelers. So it just really depends on what Papa Rogers does that day. They could lose
I think
that
the
one.
Steelers should beat them, though.
They could lose that one. Then they go and play the Jaguars in Duval.
They
So-
should lose to the Jags. The Jags are a better team, but that is
I
another
don't know,
one
man.
of
I
those
think the Jags are
things.
frauds too. We should not have lost that.
Right. That's another one of those like teams right there. That's like, are they good or are they bad? They're just
Right.
going to come out, very mid until they play the Chiefs, and then
Right.
everything's going to go their way.
Then they got the Raiders to wrap up November.
They'll
Then
beat
they play
them.
the Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, and Texans in December.
That could be a 4-game streak of losing.
Cowboys ain't going to beat them, I don't think.
I don't know, man.
Texans probably won't either, but the Texans' defense has been pretty good.
They've got a shot. Those aren't bad teams.
Yeah, and then they finished the season off in January with the Broncos, so they could potentially lose that one. Now here's the thing, man. I'll be honest. I think the Broncos might be who we need to be looking at
Well, yeah, they're now ahead of the
because
division.
the Chargers are going to charger, baby.
Yeah,
That's what
you just named off. You just reeled off 5 straight games at the end of the year that they could just absolutely charge her hard,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's almost expected at that
so
point.
let's check out the Broncos though, because they're at the top of the AFC West right now. Obviously, they got the Cowboys coming up, so probably a W there. I don't know. We'll see. Cowboys are weird because they could put up a lot of points, but their defense is trash. And then you got
Do you think they're one that's going to make a play though for a big defensive player at the trade deadline?
they were trying to get Max Crosby, which is
Right.
funny if you think about it. That they got rid of Micah Parsons, but then they're going to go trade all those picks to try to get Max Crosby.
Who would you rather have if you were
Max
building
Crosby.
a team? Okay, so why is it funny then? Because I don't even think Max Crosby's owed as much as what.
Well,
Parsons was
Micah
trying to
also
get.
had that back injury that a lot of people didn't know about. And the thing was, they offered Micah a bunch of money and he passed it up. I think he wanted out of Dallas, so I don't think they had much of a choice. But no, me personally, the style of defender, I would take Max Crosby. A lot of people would go Micah because he's generational talent type thing. Just got a lot of speed, but he's not really our style at all in Kansas City. So I would take Max Crosby in a heartbeat. But anyway, Broncos play the Cowboys. Then they got the Texans, Raiders, Chiefs, and Commanders. So
They probably win all those, but the Chiefs.
quite possibly. Now, the Texans do have a good defense, and the Broncos' offense isn't that good. So maybe that could be
That's
like a
true.
low
That could be a
scoring
win there.
type-
Well,
Yeah.
the Broncos, like you said, the Broncos have benefited off of just teams imploding late. Like, even with a good defense, the Broncos have one of the better defenses in football and one of the better offensive lines in football, but they're finding themselves trailing by 10, 20, 30 points going into the fourth quarter almost all year, and they're making these miraculous comebacks.
Right.
That's not going to last and keep happening over and over. So they're going to get themselves in trouble a few times.
Right.
And like you said, the Texans could be a team that could get you in trouble with because the Texans can play good defense.
For sure. And then they, after the Commanders game, going into December, they got the Raiders, the Packers, the Jaguars, the Chiefs. So they could drop 3 of those 4. Quite possibly.
But look, it's not given. And it sounds like to me, like the Chiefs just don't have any room for error here. We got to keep winning. Like you got to go out and you got
Chiefs
to put it
need
on
to
the
win.
Commanders. Yeah, you got to beat the Commanders. And I don't think this is a year you can afford to lose to Buffalo. I think you need to go ahead and just sweep this out to the bye week. Maybe go pick yourself up a defender, a running back if you want, whatever they want to go spend their draft capital on or whatever they want to do, and figure out a way to go to just sweep the rest of the season out, man. I think you got to get in that dub column every single week.
Absolutely.
You may be able to get away with one more loss, but I think
mean, if
2 to 3 more losses and you're right there, but I don't. You're still
I say
pushing it.
this. I say this. Win the games that you're supposed to win. At least
Well, that's
take
every
care
one
of
of them
business,
at this
right?
point because I think we'd be favored at this point in every game.
Right, but I think if you dropped one to Buffalo, I don't think that many people would bat an eyelash at that because
Not the end of the world there, but Buffalo's just struggling right now. They're not a good team.
I'm not saying that we will, but I'm just saying like we normally lose to Buffalo in the regular season, so I don't think
they'll
anybody
play their
freak out.
Super Bowl in
But
October,
I'll tell you
November.
this:
That's the way
what
they
you
do it.
absolutely have to do, because the easiest way to win your division is just to sweep that out for the rest of the year. If it's a non-divisional game, yes, it's important, but we have to win the divisional games, 100%. You need to beat the Chargers next time you see the Chargers. You need to take down the Broncos twice, and then go ahead and take care of the Raiders. And I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. So we have 4 more divisional games, right?
Yeah.
So they just got to go 4-0. That would put us at 5-1 in the division.
Right.
But
Also,
I mean,
how many games are left this season? You got 10 games left?
Yeah, because
that
they
right?
got 8 after the bye, I believe, and then
Yeah.
2 more.
Yeah, I think you got to take care of those games for sure. They're very, very important now, especially the ones against the Broncos.
I
and
kind of
the
don't want to
Chargers.
lose to the Bills. A lot of people are saying, "Hey, man, we can lose to the Bills, though. We'll beat them in the playoffs." I don't think necessarily there's anything to that.
I think we
don't
can beat both times.
Yeah, I don't think
right?
it correlates. And honestly, I don't even know if the Bills are good enough to get to an AFC Championship game at this point. And the Chiefs are
I
going to
really
be there.
don't. I don't. What's the Bills' record right now, by the way?
I mean, they've won more than they've lost, I believe, but their wins are over bad teams.
Yeah, they
They've
lost to
literally-
both teams
They
that were
beat the
decent.
Dolphins. I think they beat the Jets. They beat the Saints. They're horrible.
Yeah, they're 4-2 right now, right? So-
Right, but look at their wins. It's
You also have to
literally
think,
like
man.
middle school teams from up the road.
Right, the Patriots are 5-2. If the Patriots were to be able to hang on and win that division, Buffalo has to go in as a wild card, maybe.
Yeah.
So if Buffalo doesn't win that division and they struggle,
And so, okay, so this is important to beat Buffalo because if we can't catch the Broncos and we're going for a wild card, then you don't want Buffalo to have the tiebreaker there.
correct. Very
So
important.
we have to beat Buffalo this week. This is a big win versus Buffalo.
Yeah.
But look, you can't overlook the Commanders either. You got to take care of business there. But then Buffalo, you got to beat Buffalo this time. You can't allow that because now Buffalo might not be a given to win that division. They may be a direct wild card team that could kick you out of the playoffs because you lost the head-to-head matchup.
Right. I went ahead and ended the poll, Mike. It looks like 54% of people said definitely yes, they will make a move. Brett Veach will make a move before trade deadline.
Yeah, I like
40% said there's a good chance, and only 6% said probably not. 0% said definitely will not. So I think 94% think that it's very, very, very likely that we go out and get a defensive tackle.
Yeah. Look, I just scrolled up.
Or an edge
onto-
rusher, either one. Defensive line. We'll just throw that out there.
Yeah, I just scrolled onto a post that we had made on X on August the 21st. You're going on to 2 full months ago, correct? September 21st, October 21st. We're on the 23rd. So over 2 months ago, and we were talking about possible running back trade options. And guess who's sitting on that list? Brees Hall was right at the top of that list. Tyler Algier for the Falcons, who I still believe is a guy that could get moved. Brian Robinson Jr., the Commanders. I don't know if that's a thing because the Commanders still think they might be able to win. But if we were to beat them this week, they could start to move him. Who was the other one? Travis Etienne was a thing because nobody thought the Jaguars were going to reel off what they're doing. Now I think where the Jaguars are sitting, Etienne's probably off the market. And then Jerome Ford for the Browns, Jack Charbonnet from the Seahawks, Damian Pierce from the Texans. So that's wild. And it's crazy I run across that because now people are still talking about Brees Hall. Like, that's still everybody's preferred guy, right? And I think after him, probably, would you say Kamara is probably everybody's preferred dude? I don't know if you're going to be able to get Kamara. He said he don't want to be traded, but...
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's just kind of a guy that you would use for this year, right? He's
Are
like,
you still sold on even trying to get a running back? Like, you even think that's a thing?
I don't know if it matters. I think you could definitely improve by getting a really good running back. Like Alvin Kamara, Brees Hall, they're going to improve the team.
Oh,
if you
yeah, the
have
floor gets raised big time.
100%. So I think that's
But
a
is
thing.
Andy
But
going to allow either one of those two guys to have 15, 20 snaps by themselves?
no.
Plus, what are you going to do with Pacheco? Kareem Hunt's dealing with a little bit of a knee. Let's say Kareem Hunt. You might want to watch that knee injury going forward. Let's say he plays this week and somebody hits that knee, like it hits a helmet and that bone bruise gets a little worse. That could put you on IR going forward. Now, I know they're doing the Brashard Smith thing, but Brashard Smith's not the guy to pick up short yardage on 4th and 3rd down.
Right.
You may have running back in play here, depending on what happens over the next week or two's games, by watching what Kareem Hunt's injury is going to look like. Like, is he going to heal that bone bruise, or is it going to get worse? That's a big one to watch.
Yeah. I think
Because
it'll
I
be
don't
okay,
think
though.
they trust Elijah Mitchell at all. He's not even been an active player at this point.
I don't think so either. But honestly, like, the more we talk about it, the more I doubt they even go after a running back.
I don't think so either.
don't
Ron
see
says
it.
Brian Robinson was already traded to the 49ers. I don't know how I missed that, but I've missed
Yeah,
that.
that happened a few weeks back.
Okay, yeah, I was probably
I think
not paying attention.
yeah, well, that and who cares?
Yeah, obviously, who cares? But yeah, now that I think about it, maybe I do remember something about
You
it.
did,
but
yeah.
I just don't. I never thought that was a big fit for the Chiefs anyway. A lot of people thought that was a good one. I didn't. I thought Brees Hall. I honestly think Tyler Algier is a decent fit for us. Then again, I feel like he's a guy that's gonna.
He needs to be.
Yeah, he's going to need the
right?
rock a lot, and I don't know if Andy's going to give it to him that many
That's
times.
just not the
so.
team we are. I don't think they'll do anything at running back. I don't, honestly. But I think they have to do something with defensive line.
Okay, let me throw a scenario out here.
What if they do? What would you
We
be
need
surprised if
defensive
they?
line.
Would you be surprised if they bring a corner in?
Yeah, I really would. I think so. I think they're fine at corner. Now, that's if they don't trade Fulton, which I don't think they're going to trade Fulton. If you trade, actually, I don't think that either. Like if you trade Josh Williams, you're not going to trade Josh Williams and bring in another guy. Like I think at this point you would just trust Josh Williams. He's been here for 4 years to know it. Now Spags doesn't want to rely on him, but when he plays well. We all know this. It's the special teams where he gets all his penalties. But can I ask you a question? Would you be pleased if at the end of this 2 weeks trade deadline, knowing we need defensive line, the Chiefs didn't get Quentin Williams, the Chiefs couldn't get Jalen Phillips, the Chiefs didn't make a play for Bradley Chubb or Jermaine Johnson. They didn't even want to do it. And we've heard that Jermaine Johnson, you might get him for a 4th, 5th round pick.
Do it.
We've heard that you could maybe get
do that all day.
We've heard you could maybe get Jalen Phillips for like a 2nd round pick, 3rd round pick. What, are you going to be pleased if all we do is throw out a pick swap late and bring back Colin Saunders? Is that going to be?
No.
That is the equivalent of bringing in McCole Hardman.
It's the equivalent of what we already
but
did.
I'll
which
say
was
this:
go get
we
Derek
did win the
Nottie
Super
back.
Bowl because of that McCole Hardman flop there in the middle of the year.
Did we?
I mean, no and yes, because he did provide decent snaps throughout that got us through it, and I think that during the Super Bowl he actually made a couple decent plays that helped the team.
We could have caught that last catch.
I'm not talking about the last one. I'm talking about the bomb Mahomes hit him on earlier in the game. That was actually a decent.
I agree,
route.
but I don't think Colin Saunders falls into that. I think Colin Saunders it's the equivalent of going and trading draft capital for Derek Nottie.
My God, what a stupid thing that was. Like, could you imagine just having Mike Pinnell right now and being done with it?
Right? Javier Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen, baby, with a 20 bomb. Says Rice is a superstar. Dude, Rice coming back in, and it was like he never left. You ever think about that? He was coming off of an injury, a bad injury, and then also all the trouble, all the, the suspension and everything. And it's like he never left, dude. It's insane how good he actually is. That might be the best draft pick that Brett Veach has had.
Have you noticed that all the we don't really watch and listen to all the Kansas City sports radio, like the 810s and all that stuff.
Who listens to the radio?
But have you noticed? Yeah, that's like a dinosaur thing. Like nobody does that.
That's crazy.
Like who does that?
They put my antenna up and listen to the FM radio.
Dude, even when I'm in the car,
nobody does that.
my car doesn't even.
Guys, if you're still doing that,
hey,
stop.
hold up.
Come on, it's 2025.
My car is so new that I have to literally go to the thing and try to figure out how to get to an FM radio. Like it just automatically connects to like a phone or a Bluetooth or satellite, anything but frickin' FM radio with a bunch of hacks talking about stuff.
After you listen to your FM radio, put your 8-track in. Listen to some
Boston. But they've all been stealing Lance from the smoke, and they've been stealing his talking points
every time he puts
week,
something on
bro.
Twitter, they just like verbatim.
Yeah, and just a few days ago, he brought up the Rashee Rice thing, and all week long, all they've talked about is how we got to extend Rashee Rice. And I feel like we should all know this anyway. Like, who didn't think they were going to extend Rashee Rice? Like, I think if you've lived through all of his offseason troubles to this point, you still trust him like this, and you feel like he's learned and moved forward. And I don't think Rashee Rice is a bad kid. I really don't. Like, he seems like a good kid. That's where the everybody got to eat thing come from. He's feeding homeless dudes on the street, right? Like, he's not a bad guy. He takes kids shopping for Christmas and things like that. So I think
he's a kid. He did something really stupid.
Yeah, we all know that he has to be re-signed. He's part of the future, man, because him and Mahomes are like this.
Dude, it's just a connection that's unreal. I mean, and I think we saw that. Like I said, being out for that long and seamlessly coming back in and being the top target.
I'm going to be completely honest. I would rather them let McDuffie walk than Rashee Rice walk.
Yeah.
I'm crazy, but I think the way the Chiefs are built, I think that corner is more replaceable, especially with the emergence of Noah Williams now. Mm-hmm. Playing well, and we can always.
I don't think that's crazy. We don't want McDuffie going. We don't want McDuffie going anywhere, but that's definitely not crazy.
Again, I would like Merritt and Spags to take later round, let's say 4th or 5th round picks, and turn them into superstar corners. Then I trust you going out and finding another wide receiver because you just thought you found one in Jalen Royal. Then look at this, the knee tendonitis done took him out. Yeah, like the old knee tendonitis. The dude's walking around like he's 80. What's that old show that used to come on back in the day? And they said, "Oh, I'm having the big one. I'm coming home." That's the knee tendonitis. Yeah, that's the knee tendonitis sneaking up on Jalen.
Appreciate the 20 bomb, Javier. We got Jacob with another 5 bombs. He's calling it now. Justin Jefferson will be a Chief within 5 years, and they complete the perfect season. Speaking it into existence. It would be kind of like the Patriots getting Randy Moss, right?
Well, I guess Jacob don't think they're going to re-sign Rashee Rice. Because, so, okay, we know where Jacob stands. He would rather have McDuffie over Rice, I guess.
Justin Jefferson, he's going to end up being – he's like the Max Crosby of receivers, right? He's just going to be stuck in Minnesota.
Well, he just keeps signing these monstrous contracts. Like, come on. All these dudes just want to be paid a penny more than the guy before him a week ago. And then 2 weeks later, they're crying because they're not the highest paid again.
I think Rice will get a good contract, too. So we're going to have our work.
He's one of those guys, though, isn't he? Where it's like a lot of people don't know how good Rashee Rice is. So there's still a lot of people that don't even think he's
a lot more people know than you think. I think there's a lot of people
paying attention. They don't want to give him credit, though, do they?
There's a lot because he's a Chief, bro. But there's a lot of people paying attention to that kid. I'm just saying.
True.
Yeah, we got a 5 bomb from Greg. Says we need to shake up the team for the better. No room for error. We can't get too complacent. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you have to just keep adding to it, making moves, doing what you got to do, keeping them young. Brett Veach has been really good at that throughout the dynasty run here. So I think we continue that. I don't see the formula changing. I really don't. I think you'll see a lot of what we've been seeing. They'll let some guys go that you don't think they should, but always for the better, like the L'Jarius Sneed thing. I think guys that are a big piece of the team, like the Mahomes and the Kelseys and the Chris Jones, they're going to pay him some way, somehow. I think Rashee Rice gets paid, obviously. McDuffie, here's the thing, man. That one's weird because I think that he might be the first cornerback they do try to pay, but only because they invested so much in him, drafting him in the first round. They traded up for him in the first round. Will they? I don't know. You never know. You never really know with Veach, but we'll see.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think they'll pay. I think they want to pay McDuffie, but I think there's a reason he was last, and I think it's because the corner market's really high. I believe George is not. Again, love George, but he's not that top tier guy. So you didn't have to pay him top tier money. I know that contract looks like huge, and some people's even like, "Oh, we paid George too much." That contract actually, though, in 4 or 5 years, George's not even going to be a top 15
and the
paid
fact
guy.
that it doesn't even take effect till next season.
Right. He's not. He's by the time it takes effect, he's not even a top 5 paid guy, and he never will be. So I think that you got all the contracts out of the way, such as Bolton in the offseason and Trey Smith and different things like that. Like, you built the easy ones. The McDuffie contract's tough, and I think Veach always, at the end of the day, if he's going to choose, the corner's going to be the one to walk every time, because I think he views corners. Like, it's weird, but he views corners kind of the way he views running backs. They're kind of disposable in a way, with star power.
Trent McDuffie is like a silent assassin, though. Like, he's not very flashy, but he's out there like just holding it down all the time. Trent McDuffie's
Yeah.
so good.
He's good. He's
He's
solid.
so good, dude.
Yeah, he's good. He's solid. Now he's having a little bit of a down year statistically. Like he's allowing a lot more catches this year than he has in years past.
I mean, you could have fooled me by the eye test, though. I feel like he's still the guy to use, and he's locking everybody down.
You have to go look at like stats to see it, but
yeah,
it's
gotta
just
go
one
cherry
of those
pick some
things, too.
stats. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's playing well. Appreciate the 5, Greg. We got Buck and Bob in the house, baby. What's up? With the 10 bomb, says Rice learned from his mistakes. That's clear to me, at least. We all made dumb mistakes in our youth, some more than others, but we all did. I made worse mistakes than Rice. Just saying, we all did really slapnut stuff in our early 20s. Absolutely,
Slapnuttery.
I don't even care. I acted like I didn't even live through 20 to 25. That part didn't exist. So I think he'll be fine. I think it's just a normal. Now, granted, he's on like a national stage, and it was pretty bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay what happened. Really stupid, especially the way he handled it. But like, young kid, I think he'll be fine. I'm with you, Bob. I think he learned from it, and he'll move on. Appreciate the 10, brother. We got our brethren, should I say, in the house. Shane with a 20 bomb. He says, just got here. What did I miss? I would like to see the Chiefs extend Rice for the rest of Mahomes' career. So there are some pieces around Mahomes. I'm glad you brought this up, Shane. I hope you're doing good, by the way. But I'm glad you brought this up. There's some guys that you want to see around for the rest of Mahomes' career. Yeah. 1, Rashee Rice. 2, Josh Simmons. You want those 2.
3, Creed
Humphrey. Yeah, sure.
Trey Smith's probably going to be here for the majority of that, I would say.
Right, but I mean, you could stop at the other 2. Just as long as you got a left tackle that can hold it down, because that's been a problem.
Right, because Kelsey's not playing that long.
Right,
So,
and as long as you got somebody that Mahomes can connect with, like Rashee Rice, because let's be honest here, the Mahomes to Rice connection is what the Mahomes to Kelsey connection was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Now, look, there's a caveat to that, though. Do you have to go ahead and put Worthy in that as well? Because if you take the Worthy out of the offense, that speed, that Tyreek Hill, and you don't have Kelsey anymore, now is Rice, the way he runs route, the way he works the middle of the field, isn't as effective as if you don't have Kelsey or you don't have Worthy out there. I think you slide with Kelsey a lot more than you slide with
Worthy too. And you got to think about that too, because Xavier Worthy is a first-round draft pick and he's performing. You also have Rashee
Which
Rice.
means he's going to want a lot of big money.
Well, we also have Rashee Rice, who I think in anybody's view at the moment is a better receiver. So, I mean, he's going to be looking to get paid too.
Nut off-field stuff that could cause you to get a little bit of a discount.
I don't know, man.
But I guarantee teams like Dallas.
There's going to be people after him, bro. I'm telling you.
Somebody like that could throw out some big bucks for that kid if he hits the free agent market.
He was on pace to be right there with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase last season. Jamar Chase had a historic year last year, and he was on pace to be there. Obviously got hurt,
by the end of the year, you could see him with like Daniel Jones on the comeback player of the year. This dude missed 6 games.
Right.
Like he could be right up there with him by the end of the year.
Well, I mean, you have to think his first game back, he goes out and gets 2 touchdowns.
Right. Have another couple 2-touchdown games, and he's going to be leading receivers in touchdowns already, and he's missed 6 out of the 10 games. Like, what can he feasibly do? Let's just say he gets 3 more touchdowns in the next 2 weeks. He's going into the bye week, 8 weeks in, with 5 receiving touchdowns already.
That's more than half the league, probably.
That's more than half the league, and they've played every game.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. The kid's very valuable. Now, would he be as valuable without Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid? I don't know, but I think people would be willing to take that chance because he looks really good, dude.
Well,
he's a running back with the ball in his hands.
Right.
He makes the catches. He runs good routes. I mean, he just is.
But
good.
let's also be honest. You take, and I'm not saying he's better than him, but say you take T. Higgins off of the Bengals and let's just say you swap T. Higgins and you swap Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is still going to put up with Joe Burrow. Let's say you swap him with like Keon Coleman. He's going to put up with Josh Allen. Like Rashee Rice is going to be able to put up numbers.
Right.
Even Dak Prescott, he would put up numbers because they throw the ball so much.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's going to fail if he's not in Kansas City. He's not a system guy. That's not what Rashee Rice is, I don't think.
No, I think he's definitely better than that. I'm with you. Like he's better than Keon Coleman ever thought about being. which is crazy because, I mean, a lot of us, even me, I thought Keon Coleman was going to be much better. But yeah, Rice was definitely the right pick there. And I think he's very valuable. People are going to be after him for sure. Appreciate you guys for the donations. Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for everybody that's been donating. Javier, Jacob, Greg, Buck, and Bob, Shane. We appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go do that. It just takes a second. We're going to be here for a little while longer tonight. If you have any questions, make sure to get them in the chat. And I'm itching to give away these 5 memberships, but I want someone to match me. Someone give out 5 and I'll give out 5. Let's do it. Let's give out 10 together.
Steve, Josh says, major flex, Mike, that we let you quit your job and afford a car so new that you don't have FM radio. Okay, here's what I want to say. Number 1.
Yeah, call him out, Josh.
Hey, number 1, when I quit the job.
You had the car already.
Yeah, I've already had the car. And the car's not that new. The car's a 2020. That was the point I'm trying to make. A 2020 car already doesn't want to let me listen to FM radio. You can't access it, but I don't do it.
Mike's bougie.
And let's be honest, I couldn't pick up Kansas City sports radio on my FM radio anyways. I live in Kentucky. So I would still have to go online and do it.
And if you could, you still wouldn't listen to it.
And I just would not. Yeah, I just wouldn't do it.
That's so funny, though.
That
Great
is pretty
comment.
funny. I laughed.
Great comment.
Pretty good at that one, Josh. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, but anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go do that. Go subscribe. Hang out with us. Always putting out Chiefs content. Don't want to miss it. Also, merch.allchiefedup.com. Go get yourself something nice to wear. That helps the channel out. Do it. Let's give these memberships away, guys. Somebody match me. Let's give away 5 memberships. Aaron needs a membership, he says in the chat. He needs it.
Aaron needs one. Look, if you got here late, we talked a little bit about some injury stuff. Andy said that Kareem Hunt's got a little bit of a bone bruise in the knee, but he's probably going to get to practice for the week's up. He should play versus the Commanders on Monday. We talked a little bit about who's the other injury today?
Trey Smith was out with the back.
Trey Smith. Some back spasms. He's probably going to play. Jalen Watson appeared, but he's probably good too. And then we did talk about Josh Simmons just a little bit. Andy talked about Josh. He gave a little bit more clarity. He said that the team's been in contact. They do expect him to come back. He's taking care of family business, and it's a positive. He said it wasn't a negative, so you can rule out anything like Josh quit, Josh is on drugs, Josh has a gambling problem, Josh was arrested by the FBI for gambling. It's
all the update that the fans have needed this whole time.
Right. He did whatever. And again, verified with what we know, Andy and them told the truth. And to be honest, what we found out yesterday and everything that we know now behind the scenes that we were never going to report because I'm not trying to get clicks for somebody's personal life. But what we do is
we do have an inbox full of what's going on now.
Yeah, people will come to us and tell us. We have some major publications reaching out to us because we're Chiefs fans being like, hey, do you know this, this, and this? You guys have a YouTube channel. Do you know this, this, and this? And if I say, no, not really, haven't heard nothing, they'll say, well, I know this. Boom, 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 boom. And then you'll get that from 15 other places. And you don't report it because you're like, look, I'm not going to report this. Out of respect to them, too, because they don't want to be like crazy either. But what we have heard is that it was a positive thing. But, I mean, I felt like what we had heard, Andy and the team kind of addressed it the best they could.
It matches up with it. It matches up.
Yeah.
I think that everybody can be happy with what happened there. Daggone Bob, baby.
Whoa,
the 5 gifted. Look at Bob doing the Lord's work. Bob wanted you guys to have a membership.
Bob.
Let's freaking go.
Bob.
Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for Buck and Bob. Also, if you have not subscribed to their channel, go do that. Literally. Just takes a second. Go over there, subscribe to them.
Yeah.
Support those guys. They're good.
Buck
they're
and
good
Bob's
dudes.
on the come up.
Good dudes
Trying to
on
throw
the
out
come
good
up.
content.
Dealing with the YouTube beast.
Yeah, I did say they do. I don't mean they do like they bad. I mean they do good content. So go watch them. They're fun to watch.
Bob, did you hear that? Mike just said you had doo-doo content.
Come on now.
Good grief, man.
See, this is how false rumors get started.
No, y'all go check those guys out, man. They're good guys. And I said that I would give away 5 as well. Let's do it.
So give them out.
Let's see who got these, by the way.
Yeah, unload
Trey,
these and tell us who got
welcome to the crew. Flynn, welcome to the crew. Rico, welcome to the crew. Cindy, good to see you, Cindy. She got one, and who else here? Philip Ryder. So now we got some more here. Andrew, Frog Farmer,
Love that, man.
L Droop, BJK, and Michelle all got gifted memberships.
Good deal.
I don't think
Congrats.
the kid that
Welcome
said
to the
he
crew.
really needed a membership got one.
No, I feel like the more you say that you'd love one, I feel like the YouTube
Yeah.
like blackballs you.
Like when Brian Parrott used to try to vulture one all the time.
Yeah, but the other day he didn't say a word and he won everything. Give it his way, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Steve,
I
we
love
got
it,
a
though.
Kim in the house. Kim, she said there's almost
What's up,
200
Kim?
people in here. And there is, and all platforms, there's over 316 is what we're up to. But only 90 likes?
Come on.
Come on now. Everybody hit that like button really quick. It just takes 2 seconds. And that's free. You know what's funny? A lot of people say, hey, man, I wish I could donate to you guys. I'm sorry I can't donate. We don't ask for any of it. But you know what's free that you can do on every video is just to click it, watch it, hit the like button, and share it. You know, I read something yesterday, Steve. It said, and Buck, Bob, open your ears, baby. I got a chance for you here. Sharing videos on YouTube helps YouTube creators, they said, at a 60% chance more than any other feature. So getting somebody to like or subscribe, it was beat subscribers, is to get people to share your content. So get people to share, Bob.
Yeah, go share this.
Bob,
Go share this with your
share
friends.
That's how you get creators to grow. Well, Steve, it just makes logical sense, right? If you like content, you share it, and if you share it, then the platform's like, hey, look, these people are trying to get people to come on our platform. So then they reward the creator. So share it. Just hit the share button. Look, I got a little trick for you. Just watch our video, share it through yourself, share it to yourself through SMS text. It just goes right to you.
Well, that's
but guess what?
absolutely ridiculous. Don't do that. Send it to somebody that wants to watch it.
I'm just saying, if you don't have another Chief fan, send it to yourself.
Mike's just assuming you guys don't have friends.
Dude, we've been told so many times that I don't have a friend. I've seen their own family don't even like the Chiefs. So look, if you don't got anybody, you got yourself. If yourself ain't gonna love you, then nobody will.
That's great. Brian said, "Did you get a CRV or a Pilot, Mike, so you don't have to rent cars to come to KC?" Oh, the Civic.
I've had a Honda Civic.
We always rent a
Sport,
car.
yeah.
Actually, I drive my Explorer sometimes when we come to KC, but
Yeah, I grabbed a Honda Civic Sport sedan, and I got it because I was doing that
Sedan,
drive. I was driving back and forth from Nashville every single night, from Louisville to Nashville every night, and then I was going back and forth to Lexington every night. So, boy, I was putting up mileage, so I had to go get a Honda Civic to try to beat the miles.
He's going to get a Tesla, but he said no one donated enough. He said he couldn't get enough super chats. He couldn't get a
afford
Tesla. He
For
couldn't do
one,
that.
There was hardly any charging stations along the way, so I couldn't do that. And then B, when we went through that whole phase where the whole country tried to burn down
right
Teslas.
on cue, baby. KY, reading the room. Let's go.
No, does not. But look, when
That's my next
everybody
car,
went through
though.
the whole phase where they tried to
get
burn
one.
down the Teslas and scratch them, this guy right here, concealed carrier. That wouldn't have happened to my Tesla. Like, I'm sorry, but that wouldn't have happened to my Tesla.
That would have been your luck. I got me this nice new Tesla, and here comes some kid with blue hair and a nose ring just scratching it up, dude.
Hey, he'd have been pulling something out of his ass, too. It's about that simple.
That's so funny.
Bro, don't take it out on my car.
It's not my
car
fault,
didn't do-
man.
My car didn't do nothing, baby. This car's getting me to work.
That's so funny. Let's go. Well, we appreciate you guys being here tonight. It's been really fun. Love talking Chiefs with you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. If you guys were at the live stream last night celebrating the 50K, totally appreciate you guys being there. That was fun. Glad that old Brian Parrott got the dub. Got the W, baby.
Do you know what? I sent Brian's thing out today, and I addressed it to Brian the Magnificent.
Did you put Lord Brian the Magnificent?
No, yeah, Lord Brian the Magnificent.
Yeah.
And it's going to Lord Brian the Magnificent. So if his mailman sees it and he's like, hate this guy, he just might keep it for himself. Brian, be good to your mailman.
Yeah, get that jersey, baby. You have to send us a pic when you get it. But yeah, we're going to be doing a members only live stream coming up here really soon. We'll give you guys a heads up. That way you can be there if you want to be there. Charles O'Many, who signed a jersey for us to give away to you guys, despite me being a doubter this year, but he's coming around. He's coming around. And then also we have the picture that Brian donated. It's a signed Tamba Hali picture. We're gonna regift that bad boy out too. So do it to it. Go sign up at join.allchiefed.com. Be a member. Be there. It'll be fun. Mike will have a video on Saturday, right, with our game predictions and things like that. You guys can go check out. And then Monday night, Mike's probably going to do a quick pregame. I'll probably be at work, but Mike's going to do a pregame with you guys and leave the chat up for everybody like we have been doing. And then we'll have the post game after the game on Monday night. So lots of content coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. We might do, I mean, I don't know. We could talk about it, but we normally do a Sunday night live stream. So depending, we might just do the pregame the night before. I don't know. We'll see.
We could do that, or maybe we could do the members only on Sunday night.
Yeah, look at you being smart.
That way it'll get it out of the way.
Using your brain. Boy, Carson Wentz must really be screwing up right now.
He stinks. He stinks.
That's
Dude,
so funny.
Minshew is a big upgrade over Carson Wentz, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
once again,
Carson Wentz is like a royal.
Yeah, I mean, I would have took Minshew over Carson Wentz to begin with.
Isn't Carson Wentz probably better? Like, what's that game they play where they're on horses and they hit things with sticks? Polo? Is
that polo? Yeah. Or maybe croquet. Like he would be good at croquet, you think?
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't it wild?
Or fencing. I bet he's a fencer.
Isn't it wild that people sit on the back of a horse and play croquet at like 100 miles an hour? Like, what? That's skillful, actually, now that I think about it.
Bob with the 5 bomb says, dude, remember when I came on your show comparing Smith to Westbrook? Did you see Matt Verderon make that comparison this week? Brother, they'll do it to you. They'll get you.
They'll get you.
They'll get you.
Dude, some cat, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to do it. Can't do it. I look, I don't want to do it. Here's what I've come to, Steve. I feel like sometimes there's just a lot of people out there. There's only so many ideas that can throw around. And maybe people just hit the same idea word for word.
Maybe, Bob.
Comparison, stat for stat. It is what it is.
Hey, that was on the video that we did with you, that wasn't it? That's when you came on the show. You said it then. I remember. That was a long time ago. Good call, Bob.
You also said we should fire Andy Reid, though, and I didn't like that.
He did not.
I know.
He didn't.
Start more rumors. Start more rumors.
Why gotta be starting rumors about Bob? What did he do?
We start no rumors, baby.
Let's go, guys. But yeah, I appreciate everybody being here. Thanks so much, everyone. It's been fun. Hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. Everybody that donated tonight and gave away memberships, you guys are the real ones. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys sometime soon. Guessing on Sunday night with the members only live video on Saturday, whatever. But yeah, we'll catch you then. Y'all have a good night. Go Chiefs.
Wow.